My name is Dealinaire Shook, and I am the information collector. Today I'm coming to you with private intelligence from around the United States that you need to know. At 11 a.m. last Tuesday, Alpine County, California, held a regional plan transportation meeting on Zoom, presenting the progress of their regional transportation plan, which is required to be maintained to receive federal highway money. Now, Alpine County is the smallest county in California, with less than 10,000 citizens. And according to the Regional Transportation Plan they presented originally on October 7th, 270 miles in Alpine County need to be paved at a cost of $41 per square yard of asphalt. Curiously enough, their report showed the difference between thick and thin cover is about $11 per square yard. 11 bridges need $2 million in rehabilitation. The plan presented a list of projects in the presentation detailing their improvements. These include turning lanes, shoulder widening, truck climbing lanes, warning signs, and a visitor interpretive kiosk. On Friday, Illinois Governor Pritzker announced changes to state tax law, particularly $20 million of credits related to businesses. On Friday, Illinois Governor Pritzker announced drastic cuts in the number of tax credits that will be available to Illinois businesses due to financial strain from the COVID-19 pandemic. This involves initially $20 million of credits that were available to businesses relocating to Illinois. He wants to decouple Illinois tax law from certain portions of the federal tax law. In the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, also known as the CARES Act, Congress allowed businesses to deduct losses between 2018 and 2020 from their taxes in amounts up to 80%. The way this works is, typically if a business has a tax loss, they spread it out over several years. Well, the CARES Act said that because of the pandemic, businesses could take it all in one lump sum, up to $80 out of every $100 of their taxes. Well, this has some effect on state taxes as well. And Governor Pritzker says this is a $500 million burden Illinois businesses cannot pass on to the Illinois government because of the burden of COVID-19. On Thursday, Texas First Lady Cecilia Abbott announced the governor's response against child exploitation, GRACE, Interfaith Week of Prayer to End Human Trafficking beginning on January 11th. January is Texas Human Trafficking Prevention Month, and this week of prayer will be launched at a January 11th virtual interfaith event. The First Lady encourages people to pray on Monday for an end to human trafficking. On Tuesday, she requests people to pray for prevention efforts and those who are vulnerable. On Wednesday, She requests prayer for those working on the front lines to support survivors of human trafficking. On Thursday, she suggests that people pray for survivors of human trafficking to find healing. On Friday, she requests prayer for those working to bring traffickers and exploiters to justice. On Saturday, she suggests prayer be made to end the demand and societal factors that lead to exploitation. And on Sunday, she suggests prayer for discernment for actions that we personally can take to address human trafficking. They also suggested a hashtag to be used on social media, hashtag TX prays to end HT. On Friday, Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos announced $4 billion of government emergency education relief funds to be made available to schools. Now the interesting thing is $2.75 billion of this will be directly available to private schools for costs related to COVID-19 directly. Cleaning, personal protective equipment, ventilation safety, safety training, testing and contact tracing, technology, and transportation costs related to the pandemic. The post office announced 3 new sets of stamps released. 4 postcard stamps will be released featuring American Barns. A brush rabbit stamp will be released that provides postage for an additional ounce on something being mailed. A priority mail stamp will be released featuring the Castillo de San Marcos, which is the oldest masonry fortification in the United States in St. Augustine. Friday, Florida Governor DeSantis announced $20 million of grants for communities to develop resiliency from disasters. This is Florida, so that means hurricanes. The Florida Department of Economic Opportunity announced a series of grants, a few of which are $1 million to Charlotte County for a strategic resiliency plan for water utilities, $800,000 to Dania Beach for stormwater drainage risk assessment, $500,000 to Tampa for a coastal resiliency action plan, $180,000 to Winter Haven for a dark fiber network plan, and $718,000 to develop a plan to manage and restore McCoy's Creek and Hogan's Creek in Jacksonville, $350,000 for a food security plan for Southwest Florida, and $75,000 to Wakulla County for a shelter plan for Wakulla and Franklin counties. That is the domestic private intelligence from around the nation. My name is D. Lanier Shook, and God willing, next week I'll come to you with more private intelligence that you need to know.